In this lesson, we're going to learn about style binding. The style binding is a mechanism for dynamically applying one or more CSS style definitions to a particular element. To do so, we can use the vbind style directive, then pass an argument. Or we can use the shorthand syntax, just :style, then pass in the argument. The argument here can be an object or an array. First up, let's see how to define CSS styles in object and pass it as style binding argument. Now here we define the CSS style as key value pair, where the key is CSS property and value is the value of CSS property. So here we can specify one or more CSS properties as we do in regular CSS. But one thing to be noticed here is, because generally the CSS property can consist of one or several words separated by dash, then we can safely write it in camel case, such as font size like so, or it could be written in snake case, but it must be enclosed in quotation marks. So for background color, for example, we can write in camel case like this, or in snake case, background-color, just like we write in normal CSS. Let's see an example. Here, we do style binding to my classes. Then in data property, for example, we define my classes as an object contains color blue, padding 2 pixels. When the page is rendered, the div will have style color blue, padding 2 pixels. Next up, we can style binding and pass in CSS styles as array. This usually when we need to apply several style definitions. So maybe we define some groups of style such as custom cell 1, custom cell 2, and so on. Then, from some of these styles, we can combine them into an element by defining them in an array like this. For example, here I have a div and a style binding to A and B, where A and B defined in data property. A contains color white, then B font size 12 pixels. Here I only defined one CSS property for every single style, but in practice we can define more than one CSS property. Now A and B will be merged so that when the page is rendered, this div will have style color white, font size 12 pixels. Alright, that's all about style bindings. We can dynamically apply inline CSS to element by passing CSS styles in object or array if we need to combine several styles. Okay, let's see in action.